What is going on, Covenant fam? Try to do this hazmat video. My phone keeps resetting for some reason. Well, at least my camera does. So anyway, here's hazmat video. Try to do the best to my ability. So when you go to a shipper and you're picking up a hazmat load, hopefully you're already endorsed for it. Otherwise, you won't be able to take that load. So you go inside, you get your bills. You'll know that you have hazmat because it should have this bright orange hazmat tab on it. Okay, they make it bright so you can see it, make it stand out. It's important. And then you get your bills. It should come with a hazmat trucking enforcer, right? This is just for how do you say, like a guideline. This is not a substitute or replacement for calling IRC. You have to call IRC in order to get your hazmat number, your ERG number. Your ERG is going to be for your emergency response guidebook. You have to have one of these on your truck if you carry hazmat. You have to. So, your IRC will give you your ERG page number and your hazmat number once they put in the computer your UN number, okay? So you're gonna have your bills, and your bills are gonna look like this. This is how they look for Estes anyway. So at the top you'll see hazardous materials across whatever bill for the trailer that you have. So if you're hauling doubles, whatever trailer has the hazardous materials, it's going to have this on the manifest, okay? So that's how you'll identify it and you'll know. I'm looking for it. Okay, so this will let you know which one is the hazmat, right? This number is for your bill number. So when you call IRC, you give them your truck number. They're going to ask you for your trailer number. And if you're hauling doubles, it's whatever trailer has the hazmat in there. They might ask you for both trailer numbers, but they will ask you indefinitely what trailer is hauling the hazmat. And then you will give them the UN number. You'll tell them UN 1139. They'll ask you how much it weighs, 50 pounds. They'll ask you for the packing group, which is 2. It's done in Roman numerals. And then some might ask you if it's bulk or non-bulk. This is what you give them. And then some will ask you what class it is, class 3. But they should know that once they put it in the UN number, because the computer will tell them what it is. Okay, now this, for the markings, it'll have a picture of the hazardous placard, and then it'll tell you, like here it'll say dangerous or corrosive or something like that, if the placards are required. If not, it'll say no placards are required for this truckload. Now again, I go back to saying this is not a replacement or a substitute for calling IRC, because there's been times to where I've gotten bills from a shipper and it'll say no placards required, But when I call IRC, they tell me that yes, I definitely do need placards. So this is just a guideline. You always call IRC. I can't stress that enough, you guys. Once they put everything in the system, they'll be able to give you your ERG and your hazmat number. Now, they will also ask you how it's packaged. So this is what your bills will look like for Estes anyway. They call these the reds. They're reds. So here you have your UN number. It'll tell you the coding solution is the description. This is the hazardous class. This is the packing group. This is how much it weighs. And this is how it's packaged. It says pail, right? And it says one pail. You go here and it'll tell you the number of pieces is 1. PL is an abbreviation for pail. Now if it says PT, that is I can't think of what PT is right now, you guys. I'm sick and my brain is like mush. But like a BX is for box. A DR, as David Robert, is for drum. And you know, so on and so forth. So basically you have to look at this. CY is for cylinder. You know, it tells like it's abbreviated, but it should also have it like this in the description of what it's for. And if you pay attention, the ERG number, it says 127, right? So how you read your ERG book, I keep mine with rubber bands, with a rubber band, but let me take that off right now. Okay, so your ERG 127. See where it says guide 127? That is your page that you need for this type of hazardous class. Okay? So you find page 127 and you stick your bills. I'm just going to show you an example with the whole thing because I've already stapled my paperwork together. So we take just our hazardous bills and we stick them in the book like this, okay? And then I take my rubber band here and that's how I do it, okay? And then you stick it in the side door like that. That's how your bills should look when you haul hazmat, okay? Now you don't stick all your bills in there, just your hazardous bills. Your regular bills can go wherever you put your regular bills because your manifest will be separate, you know, from everything else. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. So let me go back to 127. Oh, it's kind of hard to do things with one hand. It's crazy. Okay, so there's 127, and it's page 190, but you don't go by that. You go by your guide 127. Okay. Now this, you can also look it up this way. So our UN number was 3119. Let me see. I had it backwards. It was 1139. So you could do it this way and look it up. by the ID number. All right, let me see. Right here. 1139 is your UN number. There's your page number, your guide number, 127, and there's the name of the material, the coding solution, right? So that's how you can also look it up too, by the UN. So there's other ways on how to use this, but those are just the two fastest ways on how to use it, okay? And then, let me put my rubber band back before I lose it in my book. And then if your load, your hazmat load requires placards, that means you're going to have to be on a placarded hazmat route. So you will go to navigation, you will go to the home page, where to, location search, you will type in your address and where you're going. I'm just going to use a fuel stop. Okay, you put the fuel stop number, then you put a space, then a /, another space, H3, because it is class 3. Then you hit search. Now, if you're not going to a fuel stop and you're going straight to your destination, you put the address of your destination or the company code in there. Come on, you. I know you want to work for me. You know what? I made a mistake. There is no space after. Come on, you. This is exactly why we're getting rid of this Qualcomm. Look how much time this is eating. It's the worst. Come on. There we go. Now, once it finds your address, you hit get route, and you'll see the little icon for Hazmat pop up here in a second. Once it asks for the route. Come on. Come on. There it goes. You see it? It pops up here. And then your miles should pop up here when it's done being stupid. Because it wants to take a million years to actually set the route for the total miles. But this is what I really wanted to show you guys, this icon. If you have placards on the side and the front and back of your trailer, you need to be on a hazmat route. If this icon is not there, that means you're not on a hazmat route. You need to pull off and you need to set it the right way. So let me go back and show you guys the way that I put the address or the company code, and then space / Now if you have multiple classes here, you would put a comma, and then you'll put class 8 comma class 2.1, stuff like that. That's, you separate each class by a comma, and the computer or the Qualcomm will recognize it, and then it'll generate the hazmat route like that. So that's how you do that. And if you're not placarded, then you don't have to be on a hazmat route. You don't ever want to be a placarded hazmat and be caught in residential ever, okay? And then your hazmat number and your ERG goes down at the bottom. Okay, she doesn't put the ERG down here like I do. I write underneath hazmat the ERG and then the page number. You don't have to do it that way. But the hazmat number has to go down there. Loaded miles, empty miles, hazmat number. So when you are hazmat, that number has to be there. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell you guys. You always want to stop when you're like at a truck stop or wherever. You pull off, go to the bathroom, rest area. You always want to do a walk around, make sure that you're not leaking anything, nothing's spilling out, nothing like that. You smoke away from your hazmat load. One driver has to be with the load at all times. And on your bills, you need to have SLC written on them. If the trailer was already locked and sealed, not locked, if the trailer was already sealed when you picked it up, you put SLC on the bills. And and you always want to have a padlock when you're hauling hazmat. So I believe that is all there is to say on hazmat. Anytime you're hauling chlorine, you need to stop for the railroad tracks before you proceed, and you never stop on railroad tracks. You stop before railroad tracks. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. If you have multiple UN numbers, you cannot combine them and add them together. So if you had two UN numbers that say 1139, you would have to call IRC and tell them you have two UN numbers, not one. They need both of them, even though they're the same. You cannot combine them together. If it's an NA instead of a UN, you need to let IRC know that before you get started. You tell them I have, however many NA numbers, two NA numbers and 4 UN numbers. Because it's a different process when it's an NA number versus a UN number. Okay. So I believe that's all I got for you guys. And until next time, bye.